Yo, yo! Alright, so I thought today, for our little conversation of fitness and finances for my post-gym live that I do daily, I'd give you guys a little insight into the fastest transformation I've ever seen from one of my members. Okay, now my members typically get like transformations like really fast, right? When they follow directions to the T, it's usually like dudes usually get shredded in about 90 days. It's pretty standard, 12 weeks-ish, right? Well, a few years ago, I had this guy, and I actually had trained his wife, and she lost a whole bunch of weight. She lost like, I don't know, 40, 50 pounds, got in really, really incredible shape, which inspired him to get in shape. So he calls me on the phone one day, and he was all hot. He was like all hopped up on like energy drinks, right? Because he used to drink like 3 or 4 a day. And he's like, "Yo, man, I'm ready to get started. I'm ready to lose this weight." He's like, "I'm fat right now, and I'm ready to get in shape." He's like, "You've changed my girl's life, and I want you to change my life." Blah blah blah. Right? I hear that a lot, right? And but the amount of people that actually take that kind of effort or put in that kind of effort and take the actions immediately out of the gate is like 1 out of 100, right? The other 99%, they put in half-ass effort in the beginning, they make a bunch of mistakes, and then eventually they evolve, and then they get their shit together and realize that I was right all along, and then they get shredded really fast, right? But everybody's learning curve and desire is different when they begin, right? So he starts, and some of you guys know him, right? Ryan Riverdito, right? This is one of the fastest transformations I ever had. He ended up becoming a trainer himself, owning a gym himself. Like, but anyways, let me tell you a little story about him. So he ends up coming in, and literally from day one, okay? It was a fucking freak show. We literally nicknamed him the fucking animal because he was a fucking freak, okay? And he literally came in from day one, hit his fucking macros, didn't make any fucking excuses, didn't delay any learning curve. He immediately out the gate, boom, macros on point from day one, okay? And then on top of that, this motherfucker was a beast. Now, I normally give my clients a certain calorie amount that they need to burn each day, because when it comes to losing fat, you got to have two main things. Your macros got to be on point, and when your macros are on point, you'll hit your calories, right? The prescribed calories that I give you, right? You have to create a consistent calorie deficit in order to burn fat, right? So we hit macros to create the calorie deficit, and then we burn a specific amount of calories each day to hit the goal. It depends on your weight and your height and your size and so forth. So every day, this motherfucker hit his calorie burn goal and would even go way beyond, okay? Like, I had videos back of him back in the day where, like, we would finish the workout, and he'd be like, "All right, coach, what else can I do? I need to do some extra credit." He's like, "I want to get this weight off fast." And he literally would push a sled, okay, with weight on it. And in the area that we lived this one time, in this, where I had my gym, is we had this big back alley. And it was like a big building that was probably like, I don't know, maybe a 200 meters long, with a big alley back behind the building. This motherfucker would push a sled and strap a sled to him, pushing and pulling both around the entire building post-workout, okay? Absolute fucking freak show, okay? Like, nobody else in the history of my coaching did shit like that, okay? Only Ryan, all right? So he ends up blasting 31 pounds in 30 days. Freak show, okay? Then goes on to lose almost 100 within 7 months, okay? Then, at that 7-month period, stepped on stage with a goddamn 8-pack in his first show ever in the history of his life after losing almost 100 pounds. He was about 95-ish, 96-ish, and takes second place with a fucking shredded 8-pack on fucking stage. Okay? That, my friends, is one of the most incredible transformations I've ever seen. Okay, now normally when I get guys, they're pretty average looking dudes, and like I said, they get shredded in about 90 days, about 120 days for some of them if they're a little extra fat, but they do it pretty fast. Like some of my before and afters that I share here and there, literally almost 100% of them 90 days, like literally almost all of them. I have a recent one that I got with one of my recent clients. His was only 60, but he started off, you know, he was at a much lower body fat level than what most dudes do, because most dudes, the average dude's carrying about a good like 30 to 50 pounds of fat, right? He was just skinny fat, so he got there in 60 days, boom, right? So, but anyways, I just thought that today's Tuesday transformation talk about that, because here's the deal. If you are trying to lose body fat, okay, now just so you guys know, if you are trying to get lean, get toned, get defined, get shredded, these are all the same thing, folks. They're not building muscle, okay? The look that you are after isn't from building muscle. It is from losing body fat so you can see the muscles, okay? So if you can't already see the muscles, even if you're skinny, you're fat, period, okay? So when it comes to you dudes, if you can't see your abs, you're fat. Because if your body fat was low enough, your abs would be visible. Every one of you have abs. So if you can't see them, you're fat. Okay? So and so when it comes to the look, especially you women, the look that most of you guys are after isn't from building muscle. Even though you do need to build muscle still, but you can build muscle and have the same body fat and never fucking look the way you want to look. As a matter of fact, you're just going to look bigger, right? Fluffier, puffier, like Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. You're going to look like shit, basically. Until you get your body fat down, which for most women means being under 120 pounds for the average 5'3" chick, okay? So, and because the average female in America today is 171 pounds obese. That's average. The average dude in America is around 200 pounds and obese. Okay, the average female in America is 40% body fat. That's 8% over obesity standards. That's average. Okay? You bitches are fat. Okay? Let's be real here. Now, the good news is it's fixable. Right? You can fix it. You just gotta limit your calories every day, track your fucking macros, and work out every motherfucking day. Right? You do that consistently, voila. A few months, you a sexy beast. Same thing for you fellas, right? The average dude's like 5'9", like 200. The average dude at 5'9" should be like 160, okay? Or less, depending on how you're built. But for the average dude that doesn't really have much muscle to begin with, you're gonna be about 160 or less, okay? Just an FYI. So if you weigh more than that right now, okay, then that's about the range that you're gonna be around that height, right? Now, the rule of thumb is for you fellas, because a lot of you guys want to have more muscle than that, right? So, is get ripped first, then you spend the rest of your life growing the areas that you want to improve, right? Losing fat's fast, if you do it right. It's a very fast process. The building muscle aspect of it, like for you ladies, like when you get lean, ladies, you're probably going to have a flat ass, okay? Because right now, your asses are nothing but fat, okay? So, it'll take you years to actually get that bubble butt, right? Which is fine. Get lean first, stay lean, keep your diet clean, reverse diet slowly, and then focus on building more muscle, right? And just focus on progressive overload and things like that to build muscle, and then eventually you'll get the booty. It'll be a few years for most of you girls, unless you got like really good genes, booty genes, which most of you girls don't. So, and you fellas, same thing. Get shredded. Once you get shredded, then you reverse diet slowly, and just focus on growth, right? Because muscle growth is a very, very, very slow process, especially when you're an advanced lifter. Like, even with you doing everything flawless when you're natural, okay? Natural. I'm not talking about you motherfuckers taking TRT and all these other fucking PEDs, okay? I'm talking about natural men, okay? So, because TRT is basically low-dose steroids, in case you didn't know that. Yeah. And if you start taking TRT, you're going to be fucked. You're going to have to take it for the rest of your life. Okay? Your testosterone levels, and I made videos about this last week, your testosterone levels are tanked because you eat like shit and live like shit. If you were taking high quality care of yourself, you would naturally have high levels. So you can repair those low testosterone levels by eating clean, training heavy, losing body fat, right? Get some sunshine every day, right? Taking your minerals, zinc, magnesium, iodine, selenium, things like that will help increase your testosterone, right? And then over time, your testosterone levels will double and triple, and you want to be like 800 plus ideally, right? The average dude in America right now is like in the 400 range, and which is down 50% from what it used to be, because men live like shit these days. They don't take care of themselves, right? And as a man, it is vital that you put in a lot of effort every single day taking care of your body for the purpose of producing testosterone naturally. Because without that, you're not even a man, right? You're tired, you're lazy, you don't feel good, you're emotional, you're like, you have like depression and sadness when your testosterone levels are low. Like, you're a mess, right? But when your levels are high, you feel fucking good all the time. You got ambition, you got energy, you want to go fucking crush the world, you want to go crush your goals, right? So it's vital that you take high quality care of yourself and your body every day to produce high testosterone levels, so that way you can continue to be a man forever, right? And feel fucking incredible. For those of you dumbasses that go get on TRT, your low levels were a reflection of your lifestyle, right? So you get on TRT, but still eat like fucking shit, right? Still living this lazy lifestyle, still missing on sunshine, still not taking care of your body, you're still gonna have a fucking heart attack. Okay? Your low T levels were just a symptom of a much bigger problem, which was your lifestyle. Okay? So, and you're gonna hear from all these fucking retards online talking about, oh, your testosterone lowers with age. No, it doesn't, stupid. No, it doesn't. I've got clients in their fucking 60s with high-ass fucking 800 to 1100 levels. In their fucking 60s. It ain't your fucking age. It's your fucking lifestyle. And it pisses me off that you motherfuckers run to the doctor and go run to get on a shot. You gotta take these shots for the rest of your fucking life. Right? And when you miss one, you don't take one because you're gonna shut down your own body's production. And your nuts are gonna shrivel up. You're gonna end up with some little raisins. It's gonna be embarrassing. Your chick ain't even gonna feel those clapping her cheeks anymore. With your little raisins, it's gonna be like... small nutsack. Keeping it real, folks. I got another video I'm gonna be posting in a minute, you guys. I actually just filmed it. I just haven't edited it yet and threw it up yet. But it's about Ozempic and what it's doing to women's areas. I'm about to post that, so keep an eye out for that. That's coming next. But anyways, back to my whole point. When it comes to getting in shape, get lean first. Then you spend your life trying to grow the muscle in the areas that you want to improve. For your ladies, typically the booty, right? But if you can't see the muscles now, your body fat's too high, right? Dudes, if you don't have abs, you're fat, period. And if you and I have this mantra that is, if you don't have abs, you're fat, which means you're weak, mentally weak. You're undisciplined with food. You're undisciplined with your life. You are not prioritizing yourself. You're weak, in my opinion. Having visible abs is the standard of manhood. And if you don't have them, you're just a weakling. I don't care if you're a fucking powerlifter that pulls 1,000 pounds. You're mentally weak. So, period. Right? But anyways, back to my point. If you want to transform, number one, it's 90% diet. 90% diet. You gotta dial in those macros. If you don't know what macros are, because sometimes, you know, I've been in this industry for 21 years, so I speak languages, and sometimes I try to explain it like I'm speaking to a bunch of 5-year-olds, because, you know, you're not in the industry. I try not to use scientific terms and shit, so that way you guys get it. But if you don't know what macros are, that is short for macronutrients, all right? When it comes to you, and listen to this. Listen to this three phrases. Your calories determine how much you weigh. Your macros, which is what you eat to achieve those calories, your macros determine how you look. Your micros determine how you feel. This is your vitamins and minerals. Okay? Calories are king, right? Because if you don't cut your calories, you're never going to lose any body fat. Okay, there's a lot of people that hop on like these keto diets and these carnivore diets and these low carb diets, and they're like thinking that it's gonna be the magic, right? And they're just gonna get a six-pack tomorrow, right? But they're still overeating calories and they don't lose any fucking weight, right? It's always, 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 always a calories game. Okay, I proved this in 2023, where, and if you want to see an image, I'll DM me, I'll send you the image. 2023, because I was seeing all these fucking influencers, because I'm part of all these carnivore groups and keto groups and all this stuff, seeing all these dumbass influencers that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, popping on here that are on all kinds of PEDs, trying to talk about you don't need to count calories, that calories don't matter, it's all about what you eat, blah, 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 okay? I did this on purpose to fucking prove it, okay? I'm the king of getting people shredded, okay? The king, all right? I actually went and got fat on purpose, okay? I spent a month getting fat. How? I still worked out every single day. How did I get fat? I increased my calories to more than my body was burning. That's how you gain fat. Over fucking eating. Okay, so I was still eating clean. Still eating clean, just increased my calories. Spent a month getting fat. I put on like 16 fucking pounds. Okay? I was sad by the end of it. My abs disappeared. I was starting to get a double chin. I was starting to get titties because I'm short. So 16 pounds on me is like 30 pounds on like a normal sized dude, right? Like, so 16 pounds was horrible, right? I had fucking love handles on the sides. It was gross. Okay, I was totally grossed out. And then so, but I wanted to prove a point that it's always a fucking calories game. Then, after the 30 days, gained the 16 pounds. I was like, all right, now I'm gonna cut, right? And then it took me 6 weeks to get that shit off. And then so 6 weeks later, I show the difference. How did I lose the fat? I cut my calories and increased my calorie burn. So after every workout, I would actually go add some sprints to every workout, like 10 or 20 a day. And then I cut my calories from 3,000 plus to I cut them down to like 21, 22, right? And then got shredded in 6 weeks, right? All from fucking calories. So anytime that you hear some fucking retard online try to act like they're the fucking guru, and you got to keep in mind, you guys, pretty much everybody, there's literally maybe 3 people online that are not on PEDs. Okay, performance enhancing drugs, if you don't know what that is. Okay, I'm one of the only motherfuckers online that does not fucking take testosterone, steroids, some fucking kind of cutting agent. Like, they're on all kinds of shit. Okay, literally almost 100% of the people you see online. So when you are taking advice from these fuckers, what they can get away with, you can't. As a natural person, you can't get away with that shit. They have a complete edge. They gain muscle freaking easy as shit. They lose fat way fucking faster because they're on these fucking PEDs. And the things that they're telling you, you're not going to get away with because you're natural, right? There's only a handful of people online that are natural. I'm one of them, okay? So, with that said, pay attention to where you take your advice from. But the main thing I'm trying to get across here is you got to get lean. That comes from your diet. Track your fucking macros. Macros, back up. Your macros are your protein, carbs, and fats measured in grams, right? So if you're going to eat 2,200 calories a day, you eat a specific amount of protein. Protein and fats are the priority. They are essential. In order to cut calories to burn fat, we pull it from the carbs. We limit those because those are inessential. You can 100% live without them, okay? Now, so when it comes to cutting calories, that's where you cut your calories from. Carbs, inessential. Keep your protein and fats, especially if you're a man, because this is vital for your fucking testosterone. You gotta have high fats in your diet, like 100, 120 grams a day, in order to keep your testosterone levels high. Protein, 200, 250 plus grams a day, okay? To keep your muscle, keep your testosterone levels high, to keep being a man, all right? So keep that in mind. So if you need help with any of this, you guys, I got free PDFs. Okay, if you don't know how to do your macros, do your nutrition, I got free PDFs I can give you that actually breaks this down. Just shoot me a DM. I'll send you the link. Ladies and men. I got one for each one of you guys. But anyways, I got to go. I got piss. Really bad. Okay, my fucking thing.